run to Bridget, run to Bridget.
It was by accident that Jasmine Owens found out her Spokane Valley home had dangerous levels of lead.
When I saw my baby actually chewing on the windowsill, and because the paint is peeling, and actually taking pieces of paint off her mouth, that right there was like, it was like perfect timing to hear about it, and then to see her do that, it was almost like a godsend saying, you know, do this.
The Spokane Neighborhood Action Program was checking out her roof through their weatherization program when they noticed cracking paint around her windows and rotting wood with paint chips coming off.
It's not just wood surfaces that we're concerned about. Okay. In this case also, this vent has lead-based paint, and you can see that it's deteriorated.
After finding lead, SNAP recommended her 2-year-old daughter Shauna be tested for elevated lead blood levels. Her mom knows it's well worth the pain.
I was really concerned, especially when I found out that they actually ingest it.
A paint chip the size of your fingernail, if it was completely ingested by a 2-year-old, is enough to kill the child. So it poses a significant risk.
Jasmine's home, built in 1950, is like thousands of homes scattered across Spokane County, filled with dangerous levels of lead on the inside and out. According to SNAP, 80% of the homes in Spokane County built in 1940 or before have lead somewhere on the inside or out. SNAP suggests checking your home for lead-based paint if it was built before 1978. Lead has been linked to developmental disabilities in children, including reduced IQs, hyperactivity, nervous system, and kidney damage. Children under the age of 6 are most at risk.
So this is Rachel's.
SNAP is working closely with the Spokane Lands Council, a nonprofit group whose mission is to protect people's health and clean up the environment. They've just started testing kids like Shauna for high lead levels across Spokane County. The council is focusing on kids who live in moderate to low-income areas where they're more prone to live in houses with lead. Kat Hall, the Lands Council's environmental health director, says the state of Washington is not complying with federal law, despite knowing the risks that lead poses to low-income children.
My understanding is that the state feels that it's not warranted to test kids. They've done some studies and they've determined that there isn't a need for it.
The state of Washington issued this letter to KXLY4, authored by State Health Director Maxine Hayes, explaining the state's position on lead testing of Medicaid-eligible children. She says the state does not screen all children because incidence of blood poisoning among Washington children is low, and there's no data to suggest that Medicaid-eligible children have different needs than other Washington children. But data being collected by SNAP and the Lands Council would suggest something much different. The Lands Council has identified several areas in Spokane County where kids are at higher risk of lead poisoning. One of those areas is right here, just east of the Hilliard Business District. But it's not the only one. These maps show where kids in the city of Spokane are at much greater risk. The areas in red include not only Hilliard, but the Nevada Lidgerwood and Bemis neighborhoods.
As it turns out, a good part of Spokane was designated Priority 1. So we're kind of looking at the fact that this lead is coming from a bunch of different places. The state's identified that there are risks out there, and so we kind of want to know, well, what's really going on? You know, are our kids being lead poisoned?
As for Shauna, her test brought good news. No elevated levels of lead in her blood. And with the help of SNAP and the Lands Council, Jasmine's home will be fixed for free. She'll receive new windows, her vents will be replaced, and all the lead removed from the home. A total value of about $5,000. Something she says she couldn't afford on her own.
Oh, I feel very, very fortunate. Very. I mean, it just almost makes me want to cry. It gives me goosebumps. I feel very fortunate.
Fortunate that good timing and luck was on both of their side.